double A, double up. Yeah. Double A, double up. The money I cull up. Double A, double up. The money I cull up.
They've let us back into Vegas. I had a feeling after last year they would be like, nah, these guys.
Yeah, keep them home.
No. And I definitely thought after Pipeline last year, Milwaukee Tool would not call us back up to do much of anything.
But lo and behold,
Here we are
in Las Vegas with Milwaukee Tool.
We are hanging out in the Milwaukee Tool booth, SEMA 2024. Super excited to be hanging out with these guys. It's a sea of red here at SEMA.
Absolutely.
And we have a guest.
We do have a
Nick
guest.
Hond is here. He's hanging out.
Nick Hond, yep, product manager for Milwaukee Inspection Solutions. Excited to be here, guys.
We're excited to have you. So, do you come to Vegas often?
Not very often. I've been here maybe twice in the last couple of years, both always for automotive events. So
All right. With
excited
Milwaukee?
to be back. Yeah, always a good time.
When did you get into town?
Got in 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's enough to experience Vegas. I think Vegas is, by and rights, a weekend town. Like, you come in Friday and you drag your feet home on Sunday.
Yeah,
your
I came
wounds.
out yesterday, so yesterday would have been Tuesday
Yeah.
of SEMA. And I've flown in on a Friday. The vibe on the airplane is completely different on a Tuesday than it is on a. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it was the environment, but I was like, we're getting on a plane to Vegas. Everybody's like, brrr.
A week is a long time in Vegas.
I've been here since Saturday.
Take some time off your life.
Yeah. Yep. This has been
An experience.
an experience. Is a
Always
great,
an experience.
Great way to put that.
So Nick, kind of give us your personal history with Milwaukee Tool, like how you kind of.
Yeah. So
jumped in.
I've been with Milwaukee Tool as product manager for about 4 years now. Started out in plumbing and electrical, actually inspection cameras.
Okay.
Over the last couple of years, I've been able to take that experience into the automotive space and introduce some really cool trade-focused solutions for the automotive technician and shop with our M12 borescopes.
Yeah.
So that's really what we're here to talk about today, is a couple of new borescopes that we're introducing. One we introduced last year, and then the M12 Auto Shop borescope with Wi-Fi file sharing, available in March of this coming year.
Okay. I have so many questions on that. So, you came from the space where inspection cameras were more common.
Yeah, I mean, for the plumbing user, the drain cleaner, inspection cameras are a necessity. They're used day in and day out for inspecting drain lines, selling services. So we've been in that space for about 4 years.
Okay.
And then over the last few years, we've really done a deep dive of how do we take those competencies in camera development and introduce solutions for the automotive user.
Yeah. So is the automotive space? How long have you been kind of dabbling with inspection cameras in that space?
Basically, my entire 4 years at Milwaukee.
Okay.
So started out doing a lot of research in the field, working with technicians and understanding exactly what their needs are. Very different from the plumbing user, right?
Yeah.
So access is really critical. Image quality is obviously critical. But how do we allow them to diagnose issues, save that hassle of disassembly?
Yeah.
With a borescope solution.
Right. Well, and you mentioned file sharing too. Like, that's huge. One thing I gotta say, just to kind of like, I was extremely impressed when we were at the Pipeline event as far as the research and development, the amount of focus that you put into figuring out how to be innovative. Disruptive was a word that we heard a lot when we were down there.
Couple times.
Yep. And it resonated with me as a shop owner, as a technician, as somebody who's just passionate about innovation, that you guys aren't just trying to make a product to check a box. You're trying to make a product to check the box, get the job done easier, be more efficient, and come from a perspective that maybe others just don't have.
100%. It's what sets Milwaukee apart. You'll see in the booth today a lot of product managers, and we spend a ton of time in the field understanding the application, understanding a day in the life of the user.
Yeah.
And that's really what drives innovation in the space, is how do we...
When you listen to, the technicians, you listen to, the users, and you guys don't claim to know more.
Right.
You don't,
Right.
well, we're the tool guys, so like, I'm sure you have your ideas, but like, don't worry, we'll handle it. You guys come at it as, hey, we want, you're a sponge.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Tons of time spent being a sponge, understanding what's going on in the field. What are your frustrations? How do we solve them? How do we develop innovation and solutions to drive productivity in the automotive space?
So let's talk a little bit about this. And
I just want to say, when he was setting this up when we first got here, I didn't want to touch it. I didn't he's like, you can move that forward. I was like, I don't know, man. I feel like this is pretty fancy dancy stuff you don't want my hands on.
Right.
Don't touch it.
So run us through it a little bit.
Yeah. Both of our cameras, we have two solutions. One is the Automotive Tech Borescope, more entry-level camera. And then we have the shop focus tool that I've got in front of me today. A couple of things that we know are very important: access and image quality.
Yes.
So all of our borescopes deliver 5mm access, clear diagnosis. You're going to see a really small 5mm camera head.
Yeah.
You've got front-facing camera and side-facing camera. Now that's important, right? So that you can view more of the application. Cylinder inspections, being able to put this in, a spark plug hole, a fuel injector port, even a glow plug hole with the small 5mm size.
Yeah.
To get a total view of the surroundings. You can obviously see really crisp, clear images. Let me grab this here.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is pretty cool with the touchscreen controls. So you can see I can switch between the front and the side view camera.
That's so freaking rad.
Point it at your eyeball. Just I don't want to see.
At
Hey, look at that.
Oh yeah, that's.
You could also do retinal exams
zoom
with
in,
this.
too.
You can zoom in. We've got a touch screen on
What?
this, so
Wow.
acts just like you would expect, like your phone to.
Well, it's
track.
awesome too, because I don't know how many times I've been in a cylinder looking for scoring or damage, and then like I just can't figure. I want to turn my screen or just to get orientated to where I think it's supposed to be. Orientate. That's not really a word. Thanks for not
today.
Close
catching.
enough.
It is today.
Vegas, baby. That's awesome.
A couple other things you can do here: take photo, take video. Really interesting part about this,
Like a camera roll.
all about simplified inspections, faster repair approval. So with this shop tool, how do we speed up that communication process if you're doing warranty work or if you want to get approval for the repair faster? Come in here, you can draw, highlight areas.
Hey, look here. This is what
Look
we're
here,
trying
this
to
is
show
what's
you.
going on. So
Right.
you can draw, you can add text.
A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Exactly.
say.
And from there, how do you get that
Yeah.
where it needs to go?
Right. That's what I
Right.
want to know.
Get that
email.
paper airplane icon, connect to the shop's Wi-Fi. You can email your findings
Yeah.
directly where they got to go. So enter an email address. You can leave notes about the job. And then on the other end of this, you're going to get an email with a link to download those files, all the notes about the job. So really speeding up that repair approval process.
Yeah, I wonder. So we look at that. Look how straight you can get that.
A lot of actual time was spent getting the right stiffness on this cable, right? You want it to hold position, but still
you
be
want
flexible.
it still be easy to do it. Yeah, I like it.
So-
Good job, team. I like
You
it.
got to be careful. We may lose him for a couple of minutes there, just fiddle faddling with the camera.
Well, one thing
This
I
is
wanted,
amazing.
one thing I wanted to talk about as far as file sharing and whatnot goes. So, digital vehicle inspections is like one of the. That's our bread and butter as a shop owner, right? So, and it's along the same premise. We want to be able to integrate with cameras. We use cameras, cell phones, iPads in the shop to be able to document what's going on in a car as we're going down the line. I'm curious to know, and this answer might already be, and it's likely for the shop management system. In our shop, we use a company called TechMetric, and they have a lot of integrations. And I'm wondering how a piece of equipment like this could integrate right into the digital vehicle inspection so that you don't have to have another step. And I'm sure that there's a way they can do that.
a great solution for that is email it straight to the email account that you have set up on your tablet.
Yeah.
And then grab that file and integrate it right into the DVI.
See, Artie, man of answers. And it's early.
Solutions.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
It's early and it's Vegas.
Yeah.
Two things that usually don't go together unless it's SEMA week.
Right. Oh, man, I tell you, running around the clock. And so you said that this is coming out in...
This will be available in March of 2025.
Perfect.
Price tag on this is $14.99.
Yep.
Covered by a 5-year tool warranty, 2-year warranty on the cable. Now the cable's actually interesting too. There's a lot of innovation beyond just the tool that's in this cable. We talked about the stiffness.
Yeah.
One, if this breaks, right, you can repair this in the field, just get a new cable. But there's also something called heat sense temperature alert. So when I was out doing research with automotive technicians, I saw that the number one way that this cable was damaged is inspecting a hot engine.
Yep.
So putting this probe in there just fries the camera lens. So
I could see that.
yeah,
I ain't waiting. I need to know.
we put a temperature sensor in the camera head. So if you put this into a hot environment, it's going to warn you on the screen, say, hey, you're
Cool
about,
it.
cool it,
Chill
cool
out,
it, exactly,
bro.
pull it out before you go back to inspecting. So lots of really cool, just small innovations, right, that make your life easier.
What's the USB? So you got an SD card and a USB too. So talk to me about why we need those if
Yep.
we're emailing.
SD, if you don't want to email, you have the
Yep.
option of grabbing the SD card out, plugging that into your laptop. You can also upgrade the memory. I mean, it comes with 64 gigabytes of storage, which is a ton. But if you wanted more, you can upgrade that.
Well, if it's anything like my camera roll on my phone, I have 80,000 pictures. So I'll probably just upgrade storage.
Someday you're going to go through all of them, right?
Yeah, no.
Organize,
Yeah. Yep.
put them into
Probably
folders.
when I die, my kids will or something.
You won't have to answer any questions at that point, will you?
Nope.
Nope.
And then on the USB side, just giving you all the options really for exporting, whether it be SD
Okay.
card, thumb drive, plugging straight into the computer with the USB-C. We've kind of covered all of our bases. In that regard.
And then what's the runtime on a standard battery?
You're going to get all day runtime on a standard battery.
Cool.
Up to 4 hours of use on a 2.0. So runtime with this tool's really not a
Yeah,
big challenge.
you don't need to have big horsepower on the battery side to keep it going, which is kind of nice too.
But the fact that this is run off of the M12 platform
Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You look at competitive borescopes, a lot of them are powered by up to 6 AA batteries. And this isn't a tool that you're using often necessarily. So if it's sitting in the toolbox with all
Right.
those AA batteries, I can't count the amount of times I've seen corroded
Oh, yeah.
batteries and
Right.
just kind of a disaster. So being able to grab a M12 out of your ratchet or your
Right.
impact,
Just pop it in and go.
Pop it in and go. Yep.
Cool. Awesome.
My recommendation would be to keep your eyeballs on that because I see his eyeballs on that
Hi.
for the shop. If you don't see it later,
It might walk away.
It's funny, our
Okay,
techs
well-
were just talking, hey, when's Milwaukee going to come out with a new borescope? And honestly, Rob brought it up 2 weeks ago. So I'll just tell him March.
What are the biggest things you guys look for in a borescope?
Accessibility is like number one.
Yeah.
Needing to be able to get in there. And then easily able to orient the screen. And so like those were two things that were huge for me because otherwise you're trying to like spin the camera around and it doesn't work because it's a cable and you never have it or like, oh, this is the perfect spot, but I just need to, so you can, knowing that you can manipulate the screen, touch screen, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean it's
Look at
it's
that.
real easy, right?
Yeah,
So
it's like
if I'm reading
Jarvis from Iron Man.
a part number or something like that.
Yeah.
You can easily just flip that.
Yeah,
Get it.
exactly. Like that's the
Stop you
biggest
from
thing.
cranking your neck over.
Yep, trying to move the world around it. That's
are you
cool.
saying that's a challenge? I don't understand.
Awesome.
Very cool. Well, Nick, hey, thanks, man, for the time. Before we let you go,
Yeah.
There's a couple more days left of SEMA. What are you most looking forward to? Obviously, there's a lot of interaction that happens here at the Milwaukee Tool booth, but are there things that you're like, man, I got to make sure I go and check out the drift cars, or what's like your
Oh, yeah.
peak?
I'm excited just to walk the floor, check out all the new tools, and obviously the cool builds that are out there. So got my walking shoes in the back and excited to get out there and check it out.
A lot of New Balances around here this time of year.
Oh yeah,
A lot of dad shoes.
I think one of the guys said he had 6.5 miles on yesterday walking the show floor. Yeah,
Getting our steps in.
yeah, you're definitely getting the steps in.
you
Make
that.
sure you swing over to the North Hall. Our shop built a '73 Ford Bronco, orange. It's in I don't remember the booth number. Techmetric is the business we worked with.
11718.
And then in the West Hall, got a '68 Jeepster Commando with an
You
LS.
would look at me all day on that one.
Crown Automotive
that
over there.
one's tough to
So,
miss. Very cool build, though.
yeah, that was a shameless plug for myself.
Appreciate
Appreciate
I'll
the time.
check it out. I'm excited to see it.
Awesome, dude.
Double A, double up.
All right, thank
Awesome.
you guys.
Thanks so much, Nick. More coming up from SEMA with Milwaukee Tool.
Double A, double up. The money I color, 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 color.